So today we're going to take a look at area and perimeter with mixed numbers, not just fractions. So when we think about area, we know that we are still going to go back to doing length times width. So we need to do 5.5 times 8 3/4. Now I'm going to show you two quick ways that you could do it. The first example, I'm going to use our old-fashioned area model. So if I think of 5.5 times 8 3/4. So this first box here, that's going to be 5 times 8 is 40. This box here is 8 times 8 times 1/2, which would be 4, because it's 8 times 1/2 is 8/2, which is 4. Down here at this box, that's 3/4 times 5, which would be 15/4, which I'm going to leave like that for just a second. And then finally, the last box here, that's 3/4 times 1/2, which is 3/8. Now, the last thing I need to do when we're thinking area models, I do need to add up my pieces. So 40 plus 4 is 44. So the top part is 44. And now I need to do 15/4 plus 3/8. Well, I'm going to do two things. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to convert 15/4 to a mixed number. That would be 3 3/4. And now I need to find a common denominator, which would be 8, right? Because this is already 3/8. So I'm going to do eighths. So 3/4, well, that's times 2. So it's 3 6/8 plus 3/8, which comes out to 3 9/8, which is an extra whole now. So that becomes 4 1/8. And then I have to take that 4 1/8. I need to add it with my 44. I don't want to forget that piece up here. So my final answer is 48 1/8. In this case, feet squared, or square feet. Now that's one way to solve it using area model. Let me show you the second way that I can do that. So now if we take a look, if we think back to what some other things that we've done, isn't it easier just to multiply a fraction times a fraction? So 5.5 times 8 3/4. What if I turn them into fractions? So I could make this into an improper fraction. 2 times 5 is 10, plus 1 more is 11, so 11/2. I could turn this into an improper fraction. 4 times 8 is 32, plus 3 more is 35, so 35/4. Now the drawback to this is I am going to get a very large number, because now I need to do 11/2 times 35/4. I don't have any way to do any canceling on this one, so I'm going to have to do the multiplication. 35 times 11 is 300. 35 times 11 is 385. 2 times 4 is 6. So now I'm going to have to do 385. Whoops, it's 8. My mistake. 4 times 2 is 8. Don't add them. I knew something didn't look right. So I'm going to divide by 8. 8 goes into 38 4 times. Do my subtraction. There's 6. Bring down the 5. 8 goes into 65 8 times. 8 times 8 is 64. I have 1 left over, 48 1/8, which is the same answer that I got over there.